What does it take to raise a family as a mother, a wife, lecture at a university, lead church choir, and sing to the world globally as a music minister? That's so many hats to wear. But today, we have on the show an extraordinary woman who has defied all odds, striking a balance between excellence, family, career, and work. We are going to listen to her story, how she has been able to balance these many hats that she wears. And I believe her story will be an encouragement and inspiration to you that is trying to struggle with juggling many life challenges and roles. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. You're welcome. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Miracle.
Well, when I heard about your recent doctorate degree, I was amazed. Like, wow, I was like, it's not easy, despite many roles that you make. But we'll get into that in a minute. But I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience so that they really know who you are.
Thank you very much. My name is Dr. Mrs. Bara Lambert Obudikianga. I'm a lecturer at the River State University English and Literary Studies Department, Faculty of Humanities. I'm a mother of 2 lovely children. I am a wife to my husband, Mr. Lambert. I'm a singer. I sing in church and I sing as a team, G Voices. We sing songs to edify, to inspire people to the glory of God. And we have also been propagating a program called GCK by our Father in the Lord. So I'm also a linguist by the grace of God. So I'm a choir minister, I'm a choir leader, I'm a choir director, as some persons may call it. Yes. So let me stop there for now.
Wow, you wear so many hats. So growing up, did you ever imagine or envision yourself achieving all these things in life?
Well, truth be told, no. Growing up, I actually wanted to follow the path of my father. My late father was a journalist. He had some trainings in the UK, came back, and he was the first managing director of the Tide newspaper in River State. So he inspired me a lot. And I wanted to follow suit. I wanted to take over from where he stopped. So I actually wanted to be a journalist. Okay, so I never envisaged being, a lecturer. But however, for music, I knew I was going somewhere because I started early singing. I was in the children choir, I was in the youth choir. So for music, I knew I was going somewhere. I was going to sing for the world to hear my voice. But being a lecturer and then a doctorate degree, well, as time passed, I saw the need for being a PhD holder. But growing up, I never envisaged it. Yes. Yes.
Well, so what values of upbringing would you say shaped your early drive?
Okay. First of all, my father was sort of a disciplinarian. He was strict to the core, but with love. All right? I could see my father's face right now saying, don't do this, don't do that. And then, it shaped my life in a way. In fact, somebody will say, you look like your father in talking, in walking. In fact, the way he does everything, you look like your father. And it shaped my life a lot. And apart from that, the church where I belong, it's growing up as a child, apart from being in the choir ministry, the teachings, and then being able at a point in my life to accept, to embrace Christ. So these, shaped my life. I had friends, I had contemporaries then, but they were not children of God, but I on my own decided that I was going to live a life different from, those contemporaries. And by the grace of God, I am here because of those decisions I made as a growing child. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma. Your family, especially your father,
my father,
and the church.
Yes.
Powerful. So, what inspired you to pursue a doctorate degree, and what was your area of research?
What inspired me to pursue a PhD? Well, situations. As I told you before now, I never thought I would come this far. Okay, but situations would prompt you to go into what you never saw coming. Yes, I got a job, and I mean the lecturing job, and of course you cannot be in the lecturing job if you do not have your PhD. Yes, I knew I was going to go somewhere, but not now. I was going to get my PhD because I was already in the system of lecturing. But I mean, you look around you and then you see even of people of the same gender as you are having a PhD. I say, what am I doing? I am lecturing. I am in the system. What stops me, okay, from getting this? What stops me from situations and people around you challenging, challenging you to push forward. That was what actually inspired me, and thank God I'm here today.
Wow. So environment matters a lot.
Exactly.
The people you move with. Wow, that's a great lesson there for youths and then career persons out there, that they should be careful, they should mind their environment, can determine how far they go. Wow, that's powerful. So I know doing a PhD is not easy. Can you tell us some of the challenges you face on your journey?
PhD is not an easy task. Yes, I know. Especially in the country we find ourselves. If anywhere, PhD is not easy. But as I said, grace came in for me. Finance, time, combining so many things. Combine church, you combine home. You have children to take care of. You have your husband to take care of. You need to keep the home going, and then you're also working, you're writing, you're publishing, you're teaching and all that. So it wasn't easy, but with persistence and perseverance. There was a particular time, I should be sincere with you. That was my second or third year in the program. I didn't do anything. There was no writing. I just abandoned the work because I was so discouraged. It wasn't easy. Finance. You are going to spend a lot, of course, in Nigeria where we find ourselves. In fact, everywhere, but it's really challenging. Finance, time, and all that. But I had to balance up some things, and here I am today.
Well, congratulations once again.
Thank you.
How did you stay focused and motivated in all these things?
Again, grace came in for me. I knew I had a goal. I had a goal. There were challenges. I need to tell you this. There was a particular time while I was writing my thesis. There's this particular morning. I woke up very early to write. I couldn't stand up. Literally, I could not stand up. The whole of my back, from my spine down, I couldn't raise myself. I said, what is this? Why? Accumulated stress and all that. My husband had to come help me to carry me up, and then that was the only time I could stand. So, but with all this, I knew I had a goal. I knew I had a goal. There were so many distractions here and there, but with the grace of God, I just knew I had a goal and I must complete this. It must come to pass. And with that, I kept going, and here I am today.
Wow. You wear many hats: wife, mother, choir leader, singer, lecturer. How did you manage it all?
Yes. I say again, grace came in for me. My husband has been very helpful. There were sometimes I need to read through the night. I wake up in the morning. I had to make food for kids to go to school as early as 7. I also will be rushing down to school to meet up an 8 o'clock class. Sometimes I teach till 5. And all that. But in fact, I can't tell you this is it, but grace came in for me. grace saw me, the grace of God saw me through. And my husband was also helpful. Sometimes he had to, while I rushed out of the house, he had to prepare the kids while I'm done with the food. He had to prepare the kids to make sure they are in school. He goes back and because sometimes as I said, I have classes till 5, 6. He brings them back from school, he bathes them. Unlike, okay, they are growing, they can bathe themselves now, but from the beginning, he does all this for me and all that. So we work together. I and my husband will work together. There are sometimes, when the balance is tilting towards one side, maybe I'm abandoning my work, my thesis, and I'm always running to this place, I'm running to that place for this program or that program. They will call me to order and say, Madam, remember, you're still writing your thesis. Please focus. In fact, my husband has been very helpful.
Wow.
He reminds me, you need to write this thing, you need to round off this thing. Most times I try to feel, I can do it, God's grace is there. But my husband, has been very helpful. He reminds me of those things that I am supposed to do. And by God's grace, I've been able to balance them all: choir ministry, school, career, and all that. Thank you.
Wow, that's powerful.
Yeah.
And I would like to say thank you, Daddy Lambert, for actually being a very great support system. Thank you very much, sir. So, were there moments you felt like giving up or you questioned your path?
Yes, I think I mentioned, I was almost mentioning that. There was a time I said a whole year I didn't touch my thesis. I abandoned it. I was like, what is all this? In fact, actually, as I said from the beginning when introducing myself, I'm a linguist, so I do descriptive linguistics. And then what I actually went into was to describe language, a language, contrasting it with English. The Krika language, okay, in a way of revitalizing and reviving that language. There are some of us that have gone into studies like that, So I personally would go out to source for data from native speakers of that language. So it wasn't very easy, okay? So there are times I say, come on, this is not my language. Why am I stressing myself and all that? But sometimes I say, come, you were trained to do this, you need to do it. And then, of course, I was sponsoring myself. Yeah, I was sponsoring myself. But at the time, before the PhD, during my master's, my elder sister, Mrs. Tokoni Obaji, came in. She, assisted a little. But for the PhD, I did everything myself. So it wasn't very easy, finance-wise. So I was, while I will always wait for end of month, the civil servants, to get my pay and then channel the money for either school fees or one conference or one thing or the other in school. So, finance was actually a major challenge in, getting this PhD. Yeah.
Previously, you have said that you always make reference to church, the grace of God, and the rest of them. So I would like to ask, how has your faith shaped your journey, your decision, and your success story?
Yes, knowing Jesus is the sweetest thing anybody can experience. Growing up as a child, I knew him, as I said, when I was still a teenager. So, in fact, my life has just been one way. But people say, you didn't go the other way. You did not experience this. I said, there's nothing to experience, in the world. Knowing Jesus as a child or as a teenager has been the sweetest thing. I got to this stage of my life, and I have never gone clubbing. I have never had a boyfriend. I have never had any, inordinate stuff like that. Knowing Jesus at a very tender age has really shaped my life. Shaped my decisions, because, of course, I just look back and say, what if I had never known Jesus before? As a child or as a youth, I think I'll just try to envision the things I would have gone into, because of course I had elder sisters that flexed and enjoyed themselves. They went clubbing, they had guys and all that, boyfriends and all that, and I wouldn't say yes. Maybe they've not gotten to this stage, that is where I am today. But I think knowing Jesus has helped me to achieve this, because if I had not known Jesus, I'm sure there are so many things I would have done by this time. Who knows, maybe by this time I wouldn't have been married, I wouldn't have even finished university, I would have gone well, I would have gone deep into the world. But Jesus, shaped my life. He helped me to make right decisions, and by the grace of God, I am here today. Thank
Wow.
you.
Wow. Have you had mentors who guided you, and how important is mentorship to people?
Okay. Yes, I've had people who inspired me, mentors, but so to say. Some of them I call them my secret mentors.
Okay.
Yes. For example, I have my project supervisor, my dissertation supervisor, and then my thesis supervisor, one person, and that is the person of Professor Alerechi, RIC Alerechi, yes, from the linguistics department in University of Port Harcourt. She inspired me a lot. She's a child of God. She's a believer. She has children. She has a husband, and she was able to get to the point where she is today. When I look at that woman, I say, God, I can make it. I can make it. Sometimes during my undergraduate days, when we go to her house to collect data, she invites a speaker of a particular language, and we are right. I look at her and I say, God, when will I become like this woman? I want to be like this woman when I grow up. I want to be, and I'm proud to say that she's proud of me. In fact, she supervised me in my first degree, she supervised me in my second degree, she supervised me. No, she was my external supervisor, or rather external examiner in my third degree, that's my PhD. And then I also have Dr. Obikudo Ebitare. She's an intelligent woman. She inspires me a lot. She was also my master's supervisor when I did my master's. She inspires me a lot. She's a child of God. She's a minister of the gospel. In fact, I look up to them. I also want to talk about my elder sister. Yeah, she may not have a PhD, but she inspires me a lot. It was the end of my NYSC. I was talking to her on the phone, and she said, maybe you finish your NYSC, go get your master's form. I said, sister, man, I want to rest. I want to walk. Oh. She said, you're not working. You are getting your master's form. You're getting your... So while I was writing my project, I called her and said, okay, that was when in my church, the marriage committee called me final year and said, you're being called. Somebody is coming to ask for your hand in marriage. And I called her. She was so happy. And I said, but this is the same woman that said I should do masters now. She inspires me a lot. She's a strong woman. She may not have had a PhD, but she wanted me to get to that point where I am today. And she's so proud of me. Especially when after my mother left us, she has been a mother to us. She has been inspired. She's like a mentor, in fact, to me. She's a strong woman. And I want to say I love her so much. Mrs. Tokoni Ode Obaji, wherever you are now, you are my mentor. You are my mentor. In fact, when I told her after I thought I'm picking my PhD, she said, yes, go ahead and all that. My late dad is also my mentor. As I said from the beginning, he was going to train me to any level I want to. But as fate will have it, he left us even before I rounded off the PhD. And because of his health, he was in fact retired and all that. So because of his health, he couldn't do much for me for the PhD. But for the masters and my first degree, he was there for me. Thank you.
Wow, that's perfect. So now, what advice would you give to younger women, girls, female gender that are striving to pursue their dreams?
Go for it. Go for it. You can do it. And rely on the grace of God. As I said, it's not like I'm too intelligent. It's not like I'm up there, But I had a vision. I said, see, I must get this. If this woman can get this, I can get it. Just go for it. It doesn't matter how much it takes. Yeah, I spent 4 years doing my PhD. Sometimes it was like, God, this thing is choking. It's choking. Looking at the responsibilities I have, it's choking. I should just leave it a little. Let it remain. Maybe when my children are teenagers, at least by then, I'll send them off to boarding school and then I'll start the PhD thing. But I said, no, this is the right time. If not now, it can never be. So I went for it. So my dear, you're a professional woman, you're a career woman, you're upcoming career woman. go for it. You have your first degree, do not relax. Go for it. Yeah, finance. God will provide. Just walk towards it. Study. The grace of God is there, and of course you will get there. Thank you.
So, looking back, what's one decision you are most proud of?
Number one, as a Christian, I embrace Jesus as my Lord. As I said, if not this, I don't think I would have been here today. Yes. I would have explored, I would have done things. See, I love music, I love to dance. Yeah, I love to dance. Maybe if I was in the world, I would have done it, I would have gone into this properly. So I would have been here today. So the first decision I am glad to have made is that I came to embrace Jesus. As I said in the previous question, that was what has shaped my life up till now. And it has seen me through. Secondly, the best decision I've made is getting married to my husband, because most times I look at some people males that came around me then when I was in school. I'm like, what if I gotten married to this person? What if I gotten married to this person? What my husband is doing for me today, will this person have been able to do it? All that my husband has to assist me, would this person have been able to, do that same thing? I don't think so. So I just thank God for the kind of man God brought my way. Yes. And lastly, the course I am doing today. Yes, sometimes we plan, but God has his own plan. As I said, I wanted to be a journalist. I wanted to take over from my father, but I thank God today I am a linguist and I'm happy about it. Yes.
So, let's say we take a time travel to your 20-year-old self. What would you say to your 20-year-old self?
Where was I when I was 20? Okay, I was still trying to get into school. I was still trying to get into university. I had finished secondary school, but I was still waiting. And I must say I waited 4 years before I got into university. So if I could see my 20-year-old self now, Bara, she's 20 now, I can look at her now and say, Bara, you're going to be a linguist. You're not going to be a journalist. You're going to be a linguist and you're going to be a lecturer. That is me saying I'm in the future now and I'm talking to my past. Because, of course, I told you, I didn't know I would come to this point.
Yeah.
So, Bara, you're not going to be a journalist. You're going to be a linguist and you're going to lecture people. You're going to lecture students. You're going to mentor young minds. So, get prepared for it in the future.
What legacy are you most passionate about leaving behind?
Okay. The legacy I am most passionate about is to see young women fulfill their dreams. Is to see people look at me and say, yeah, Dr. Bara was able to achieve this, not because she was superhuman. If she could do this, I too, I can do it. Yes, that's the legacy I want to leave. Yes, I may be married, I may have children, I may be engaged in different activities, but because Dr. Bara made it to that point, I can also make it. That is to every young woman watching this now, to every young professional watching this, to every young girl, secondary school, university, but as a female, I want to leave that legacy that we are going to be looking up to Dr. Bara and say, if Dr. Bara can achieve this thing, I too, I can get there. Yes.
What final words of encouragement would you like to give to young women that are trying to balance career, family life, and then faith?
Yeah. One word: push. Keep pushing. Don't give up. It may be tough. Of course, it will be tough.
Mm.
I'm not going to pamper the words now. It will be tough. You're going to have challenge. You may be stronger than mine, but keep pushing. Do not give up. You will make it. As long as, of course, we have the adage that says, as long as there is hope, as long as there is life, rather, there is hope. So keep pushing. There is hope. You can get there. Don't be discouraged. Keep pushing. Keep working. Keep developing yourself in one way or the other. Whatever talents you have, keep developing them. Whatever skills you have, keep developing them. Little by little, it will build. You can do it. You can make it.
Wow.
Yes.
So you heard it. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. So how can people follow your work, your music, your career? How can they engage with you after this video?
Okay. Yes, for my works, I have a few works online. For those of you that are into research, or you're doing you're into descriptive linguistics, I mean. Yeah, you could look at Obudi Kianga, Bara Lambert on Google Scholar or Academia. Yes, you see some of my works, contrastive analysis of English and Krika languages. And then I'm on Facebook. Yeah, you can DM me if you want. I'm on Facebook, Bara K Obudi Kianga. And you can also see go to my Gmail. Yes. Bara Light, Lyte, Bara BARALYTE @gmail.com. On my Instagram, though not very functional, but if you DM me, I could respond. Yeah, Bara Lambert on Instagram. Yeah, so these are some handles.
Your music.
I belong to a group, and we are the G Voices. Yes, we are a team of ladies and a few men. I mean, we are called the G Voice. We are on YouTube. You can go on YouTube, check for G Voices, and listen to our songs. They are inspiring. They are soul lifting. Yes.
So thank you very much, Ma, for honoring our invitation to. Really, we have been inspired despite all the multiple hats you wear, but you mentioned something. Push.
Yeah.
Don't give up. We're really happy to have you on the show today, and then we hope that subsequently we also invite you as you hit more milestones and the rest of them.
Amen.
I also want to thank your husband too for being a great support system and allowing you to do this. Yes, indeed. Ma, please, can you tell them to subscribe to the YouTube channel?
Okay, what's your YouTube channel?
Premif.
Okay, please subscribe to the YouTube channel Premif. Just Premif. Please put the subscribe button, like and share. Thank you.
You've heard it. If you want to be a PhD holder, subscribe to Premif.
Yeah,
thank you very much. All right, so share this video to one person or two that you like to hear this inspirational message, and it could just be the best thing that the person will hear this year. Thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.